Hi, today we're going to be talking about the primary succession of land, presented to you by our host, Gary A. Uhl. Thanks, Gary, for being here today.
Thanks, Jan. Dan, when you look around here, you see this great environment of all this trees and magnificent plant life. What we don't realize, and most people don't realize, and they walk over them every day, is that we owe most of this to this little known pieces of biomass, which are called lichens. Now, lichens exist on a hostile environment, rock. This was all once nothing but rock. And how did it become what it is now? Well, it went through stages of primary succession of land. Algae cannot live on rock because it has no way to hold on to the moisture. Fungus cannot live on rock. It can hold moisture, lots of moisture, but it has no way of producing food. But together, the algae and the fungus form a lichen, a mutualistic symbiotic relationship where they exist in an environment that neither one of them could have existed in by themselves. And as they grow and as they live and they reproduce vegetatively, sexually, and asexually, spores, biomass coming together with other forms of algae, forming new lichens, they multiply. You see them everywhere. People see them and walk over them and see them on trees and rocks and don't realize how important they really are. We owe this, all this, to lichens. And you don't think that way. People just don't think that way. If this is bare rock, what do the lichens do? They live, they survive, but they also add small amounts of nutrient to the small soil that was formed by the rocks breaking apart by weathering. And then as they live and they grow and they die, they add nutrients to the soil, making it a little bit deeper. That'll support mosses, which also don't have much of a root system, don't need much. The mosses hold a lot of moisture and they live and die, and as they die, they add more to the layers of soil, and as the soil gets deeper, it supports bigger and better life forms. So from the lichens, over eons of time, millions of years, you have a soil base that will support moss, and then eventually moss adds more and more to the soil. It supports the vegetative grasses. So it goes, this is a great example of what you see here in succession. You can see lichens, moss, grasses. As the grasses live and die, add more to the soil, gives rise to shrubs. And then from shrubs, the soil gets deeper and deeper, bigger and better life, trees. And from trees, forests. So we owe all of this to lichens. You gotta love lichens.
What's it called? The primary? The primary succession of land?
That's it. No, not life.
Get together, act like you care.
She does.
Hi, today we're going to... Hi, today's topic is going to be the primary succession of land, presented to you by our host, Gary A. Uhl. Thank you, Gary, for doing this. I'm really looking forward to it.
I can tell. Anyway, Jan, when you look out here, you see what a tremendous environment this is. And what people don't realize, what most don't realize, deeper soil, is that so from mosses, you go to herbs, grasses, and from grasses you go to shrubs and trees, and finally to the forest. Primary succession of land starts out millions of years ago. I gotta start this whole thing over.
No. Because of the miracle of life that the lichen and the algae created, it made you emotional?
Yes. Because we owe everything to that. Oh, we're still talking.
No.